Hi everybody, good morning. This is like a new version of how to solve this room block from TryHackme because it's okay. They give us a pickup file. It's an SMB3 encryption. The interesting part is I got today. I saw the comment for the room creator that you can solve it just by having the password, and we went with the Python script. This is the write-up for the room creator. The interesting part, you can because SMB3 use negotiation, the key use the what they call that one, the NTLMSSP, and if you give Wireshark the password for the user, Wireshark can regenerate the key and get the encryption key and all of that. And then of course the second one is using that Python script that we all have, and then get the session and Indian, all of that, and you get the second file for the SMP3. Then I said to myself, why not? I start googling, and because now before we google through SMB decrypt SMB traffic, we forgot the whole technology. So when you get now looking googling for NTLMSP, it's in the Wireshark website, and it tell you can decrypt it as this blogs as this room creator saying that just using the password. So that's clear by providing then the question they give you is you can also solve it with the hash. So if you have by providing plain text password, we can just do the same. Let's confirm it's working before. This is for example on my Wireshark. If I go now export object SMB, I have nothing. So the idea is of course to go to edit, you go to preference, you go to protocol, you go to NTLM, NTLM. Where is the T? And when you go to password, remember the password we got it through when we use the PIP cast for ls dump. I'm not the other video I showcased this. For example, if you use a Mr. Lim, we have its NTLM. Remember I use hashcat to get it, and we find the password blockbuster1. So I'm not redoing the room, but I'm just doing that in case you know the password. Of course, if you have the password, this is just make sure you have the latest version of release for this is because when I try attack box older version doesn't for the key for the next step. So remember here we have I'm looking for protocol SMB2. If I go now, after I put that password, you can see this is the first user. Remember if you follow here this Mr. Realm, you can see now after I put in it said decrypted. Remember we have two users here, but the next user which eShellStrop, the next one, it said encrypted because we only got for the first user. We got a password for the first user, so the second part is still encrypted, but the first part you can say decrypted. So if I go now to file, export, SMB, we can find now the decrypted file, and that's why the file is there. So now let's go reset what we have. Let's configuration no, not that one. Edit, preference, protocol. Let me remove now that what we did now from NTLM. So we know it's working. If you have the password, you can just come here, put the password and finish. Now remove the password. I'll go back to everything is encrypted. So it's negotiate. You see, this is the big mistake if I didn't negotiate NTLMSP. You can see there. Now everything is encrypted. We can confirm. If I go export object SMB, I have nothing. Now that's interesting. The second part, of course, you can go and do the same of that Python script, but in this they will tell us we can use the hash. Interesting, we said to you using the keytab file of Kerberos, and this is two article that we get. This is the first one, NTM Kerberos, and then we have the second one that's use different way to solve it. Now this one I will put the links. he mentioned this file. It's this is tools that we can use. One interesting tool we need to look for is this keytab py content in packet compatible structure for keytab file allowed to write, because if this one you need to follow this one, because this guy explained very well. He talk about when you get use LSS dump, like in our case, and you get this encryption file, like for example in our S, we know what we found. We found the NT, you know. So and then he tell you go to that then open the script and edit file from number 112 to 118. Of course I'm using my computer, but it doesn't mean it's only my computer that can work. For example, this is Kali Linux. I have this keytab.py file, and if we go to remember this one, forgot to it has test the domain, like in this room we have the domain is block.com, but we are not interested. Wireshark doesn't really care about this one. We are not attacking Kerberos, we're just trying to decrypt in Wireshark, so this one can stay in default. That's why I said the realm here doesn't matter for Wireshark. Then if we go to page 118, oh, this one, so here they said you can put the keys wherever. I put, for example, here I put 23 because it's MDRC4, and you can see here I use this one 1F AB44. I can see 1F, I just put it there, so we have that. So if I can do that, so you can just like Python 3.10 keytab p1 and then create a key, my key. If I go to file and say, I hate this key dot, why it doesn't autocomplete? It tell you it's a 23, which is same as this room when you talk about it. It's the E-type 23. We can check that our keytab contain the inserted key, keytab 20, because we'll come to this tool now. I'm just doing it in two different ways. So we go back to my that. So I have now the key. So if I come to this, as I said, it's all encrypted. The first session is encrypted. We can make sure that if I say export object SMB, I have nothing. Now here, remember, I have nothing, so you can do configuration file, no, not configuration file, edit, preference. Here we go to protocol Kerberos, so you go Kerberos, Kerber 5, and I already have, I removed the key, so this is not the correct key. I already put it now, key.t, refresh. Where is the refresh button? Why I didn't decrypt it? Did the room, let me close it, open it again, because I delete before the room started. Open, pickup, and now we have decryption. If I go back to SMB3, decrypt now. We have a decrypt for SMB3 for the first user. If you go now, if I do export object SMB, I can the first file 156. You can see this is file. I can save all, save it in desktop, for example, and it was saved there. Close. Let's make sure we are not now we have decryption for the first user. You can see it's decrypted. Let me do something, because make sure that we are not playing around. So let me remove that key so we can confirm everything is working correctly. 5, don't decrypt, remove this key. Let's leave so I can make sure that you still remember why it doesn't reload automatic. If I go now reload, it's still decrypted. It still remember the key. Let's close it. Recent. So if I open recent file, the pickup ng. If I go back to SMB protocol, now everything is encrypted, so we don't have the key because I removed the key. If I go now to export object, SMB, I have nothing. We can do the same for the second user. Second user is this is Mr. Lam. Where is that Mr. Shop things? User Mr. Shop is somewhere down. Mr. Realm, Mr. Block, Mr. eShop, this one. Where is it? eShop. So let's use this one. So I can come back to my script here. Vim keytab.py, and I can shut. Here's a question. If I put I didn't experience. I didn't put. Let me. If I put both of them together in this script, what happened? Let's experience. Why we don't experience? Paste. No. I need to copy from here. Let's copy nt.1. I didn't thought about it. Can we put paste clip a different user? What they hate. I'm not used to Kali too much. Let's see what we have here. Get me my key. Why is doing that? How many? 1.8, so we just lock that. No, it's not 18, it's 23. Let's see if I didn't try it, but I'm just experimenting now. So if I put both keys together, let's call it key2. What file key2 give me? I didn't try this one. I'm just playing around it. I want to experiment, so make sure that we don't export object SMB. So we have empty, nothing there. So we don't have in case it in preference protocol. I can go to KB. I don't think if I have two keys together would work, but it's nice to experiment. KB5, decrypt, give him the key number 2. Let's see what happened to key number 2 if you give it to. Is decrypting really both of them together? I didn't try this. I don't believe it. So the session is decrypted there, and if we go back down, is decrypted. Now let's see if we have both files or not. Let me clean it. FTP. It's not FTP. Export SMB. He give you the both files. I need to try this. So it mean we able to have both cases. We can put both encryption and Wireshark can do that. I can't lie to you guys, it seems it's working. So if you save all, desktop, create a folder, let's call it, wherever it is, files. Okay, let's go there. So we have the file, so it's not like let's see, Vim, open what mousepad, yeah, we have both of them, yes. So it means I didn't try this before, so it means it's interesting that I can put the two keys there. Nice. Now let's so this is the way that this guy did here in this room. Now, but another one, this guy is that use the way Qt Linux. So let me zoom this quickly. He used this. He said you can generate the key 2 from here, and then the way to that function to install that in Linux, you do sudo apt install kirby 5 users. So I install it there, and then you run it. So I can run it again. So you can just say k2 etul, and that's what you give it. You give it, for example, the first one, like for I'll create a new key so you can make a real test here. You give him the first one like this guy did. This is the command that you give there. So you create that one, and then you say wrt, and then you said you give him the name of the key. So let's say call it the name of the user, Mr. Real Man. This is a new key, I'm doing it, and then you get keytab, of course, illegal character in key. Oh, it asks you to give a hash for the user Mr. Realman. The hash for user Mr. Realman, we got it from, because we did the encryption, so we can get it's this one. And then now I can do wkt Mr. Realman dot keytab, and then I quit, and in the file Mr. Realman, and then we have T23. That's mean it's correct. So if we come back here, as I said, everything is encrypted. The first session, and this is the first session, and then sections are all encrypted. So if I go file, edit, export as well SMB, I have nothing. So now if I go edit preference, I can go again to Kerberos 5. I have nothing. I can need to click here to say decrypt, and then I have swap to tryhackme, my block, and that's the key we created now, Mr. Realman. So you can open that one. The latest version reload itself. So if we go now, you can see decrypt. So the first session decrypted, but the second user still encrypted. That's why if I go now to import object SMB, we can find the first one. So you can find the first user 156. You can do the same things we did now with the second user. Let's try it. I did it already, so but let's do it again. So no, not this Mr. Realman. The second user is what's the name of the second user? Yeah, this the Ilshak's user. So you can use that one, and then I already have his hash. Remember, we got it same things from the dump. It's somewhere here, so we can, it's safe, we can use that one. I already did this already. And then WKT, we can choose a new name. Let's change his name as trop.keytab, and then we quit. Then we have file ish what, and we can, this give us the answer that we are in correct path. So remember now, as I said, we have only one file. If we go to export object SMB, we have only one file. So if I go now, if I go to preference again and I go to protocol and get what we're looking for, the Kerberos. Let's get the other file now. The other file AS was keytab. Second file, this is a second user. Now let's go down to the second one. You can see it's decrypted. Now we have a decryption of the second user. So if I go file, export to SMP, now we have two files. So if you say which is the fastest one, so it means this one I can just, this one it give you it's not you just install the utility kutility, you just add this, it's quicker. So less than 5 minutes you finish this room. Interesting one is this one. I didn't know because I create this one, then it seems that if I can put together, so Wireshark can solve them together without any issue. So yeah, this is so interesting. I will put the link for this one, for the no, this one is for the, yeah, for the script. And this one, it seems another CTF. So all our mistake because we Google Decrypt SMB3 instead to look for decrypting the this one, what the NTLM hash, like, yeah, decrypting the NTLM. So the whole thing was an NTLM. Yeah, so this is, guys, another way to solve it. Hope you like it, and have a good day, and thank you very much.